Can't escape from the cold of morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Tuesday, February 3rd. We're ready for a great sports betting day with NBA, NHL, college basketball, and we're getting ready. Big game week here. It's Tuesday. We got 5 days to go for the Super Bowl. Can't wait for the Seahawks and the Patriots from Santa Clara this Sunday. You know, the line currently holding pretty steady here, although just a little bit tick to the over here over the last 24 hours here right now. Current line 4.5 and 45 at circa, but we've seen some 46 out there right now at a book or two, shaded to the under offshore. So maybe just a slight tick to the over in the last 24 hours. We'll see how that goes. We know media day has come and gone here on Tuesday now. We saw everybody getting interviewed there yesterday out at San Francisco, so should be a great week in preparation for the big game on Sunday. We don't I guess Bill Belichick ain't going to the Hall of Fame either, at least this year. So we'll get ready to go here with our show today. Great to have you here joining me for the next hopefully 90 minutes or so. We'll preview that NBA card. Got 10 games on the NBA hardwood, 7 in the NHL, and I picked 5 games to look at in college basketball. We'll see what else we can do here with you guys. So thank you for joining me here on the show. All right. Take a look at some of the action from yesterday and see how we did here on the morning steam. I know we had some nice winners here yesterday, so let's see what went down here with our short NBA card. They were able to pull through with some winners yesterday, the Pelicans and the Hornets. We had the under on the show yesterday here on the morning steam. Also brought home a winner yesterday with the Indiana Pacers. How about it? There also we had the over with the Timberwolves and the Grizzlies yesterday, and we brought home a premium pick winner in the 76ers and Clippers game. So, well, we had a winner in every game. I guess when you pick every game, you're going to get a few right, but a pretty good day there in the NBA. NHL also brought home some morning steam winners yesterday with the Minnesota Wild. How about that wild game there against the Montreal Canadiens last night? Minnesota was able to get that win 4-3. And also had a winner with the Nashville Predators here yesterday. They knocked off St. Louis 6-5. Morning steam winner Detroit Red Wings, plus a goal and a half against Colorado, but they won the game 2-0. Also had the Utah Mammoth on the puck line, minus a goal and a half there yesterday. And we have the Toronto Maple Leafs over Calgary for a winner here on the show. Say hello to some folks in the chat, and then we'll get it going here today. And let's see who's joining us here. Here we go. Everybody's rolling in. I'm rolling in. Crip Key says 76ers today looks pretty hot. Parma J, good morning. Stop Geo is here. Greg Gibson says Minnesota's garbage. He told us the Clippers were tired and Philly was fresh. They rocked over the Hardenless Clippers. Will James Harden be traded here on the trade deadline here over the next couple of days? One rumor has Harden going to Cleveland in exchange for Garland. Doesn't seem a very equitable trade for Cleveland, but though they've made mistakes before. Greg Gibson says Kansas on the money line was money. And Greg says Carolina was up 32 and they couldn't win, working with those bookies, or maybe just working with those of us who had the Syracuse. Actually, we had the winner of the over in that game yesterday with Syracuse and North Carolina. Also had morning steam winner with Stephen F. Austin in that big game yesterday with McNeese. They were able to take care of business in that big Southland Conference game. Also, we had morning steam winner here yesterday on the show with Kansas and their win over Texas Tech. We were able to get it done there with the Jayhawks yesterday. All right, let's see here. We've also got Terrell here. He said that he had that first half under in the early game yesterday. And hey, apologies there. Look, I didn't know, but they had already postponed that game. Obviously, the books didn't know either. They basically took that game down an hour before game time. Gardner Webb and Charleston Southern. That was never going to get played. It was already moved to February 17th, early on Monday, so earlier on Monday, I should say. So that one got postponed again. Actually, I think they did it on Sunday night with that Gardner Webb Charleston Southern game. So whatever. All right, and let's see who else is in. Buffalo keeps rolling. Man, do they ever? Can you believe this team right now? Here I am. Ace, you can call me. Old E is here. Oh my goodness, everybody, look who's here. Old E. What awesome to see Old E here in the chat. Man, throwback. M the Great here this morning as well. And Greg said he knew Pittsburgh was going to lose those Penguins. He had a great day though yesterday. And yeah, we were on the Senators here on the show. Or no, let's see. Oh, we were on the over in that game. It was 3-2, right? Ugh. All right. Hey, everyone, you can get more picks from me here on Tuesday when you go over to winnable.com/Ramon. This is how you support me here on the channel and support the Morning Steam show when you go to winnable.com and sign up for 1 month at $19.95, but use the promo code STEAM at checkout. That'll take it down to about $17, about 41 cents a day. If you think this show is worth 41 cents, why not go over to winnable.com/Ramon and subscribe to get more picks from me. We were able to come through with some premium pick winners there yesterday here with my sports money premiums, including overnight selection. Nanjing Monkey King over Shenzhen Leopards. Was anybody with me on the overnight Chinese basketball pick of Nanjing Monkey King? They were able to get it done there yesterday in my CBA overnight play. Nanjing, I think it just ended actually. The finals were just rolling in here from the CBA, and we had Nanjing Monkey King as they won. It was 126-123 in overtime. They were getting 8.5. They're actually getting 8.5 when we sent it out. Shows how bad I am. They were actually getting 11 by the time the game went off, but they won by 3. So we were able to get it done with Nanjing Monkey King over the Shenzhen Leopards. Also, we had our premium pick winner yesterday in the NBA, the 76ers and the Clippers game to go over, as we mentioned. Also had a VIP free winner. If you just want to get up with the free picks, we had Sacramento State over Weber State. Man, they crushed Weber State last night for our winner here with our VIP selection yesterday, Sac State. Also, we had a winner in the NHL with our premium pick Florida and Buffalo game to go over. We pushed our other one for a 1-0-1 night there in the NHL. And also with our some of our college basketball premium picks, we did have Alabama State, a winner over Florida A&M. That was a winner with our premium pick selections here yesterday. And also we did have with our premium pick winners here yesterday included the I think we had one other one here if I can get it right. All right, I think that was it. Actually, that might have been it. I think we took an L there with college basketball. So we're going to pick some winners here today on the show. All right, let's move on. We want to ready to start the show. We got a lot going on here because of our, modest card here for sure. I think everyone's rolled in, so let's make sure you're joining me over there at winnable.com/Ramon. Get more picks from me. Why wouldn't you? Here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, got a few other names coming in here. I want to say hello to BJ Anderson. He likes the Jazz today on the money line. And Nuke is here. And also, everyone likes this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. Greg got his top plays in here, Virginia, Connecticut, and Duke. Nuke says only 31 games. We'll preview them all here. No, we won't. But Dimitri talking about that play yesterday with Stephen F. Austin, and Greg lost his play in with Colorado. Okay, thanks, everybody. Why not get started with the show here as we open up the action? We got some tennis going on here today, and also one game in Serie A, Milan taking on Bologna, and the big game though with the Carabao Cup today over in England with Chelsea taking on Arsenal today, and Arsenal a favorite in that one. Okay, I'm ready to go here with the NBA picks, NBA preview. Let's get rolling. There'll be some steam coming in, I'm sure, here. All right, here we go. I think I'm ready. And we'll start off here with the NBA on Tuesday. Take a look at the first one here with the Knicks. On the road, taking on the Celtics. The Knicks continue to be red hot here right now with their winning streak coming in. And Washington not playing too bad either, but right now these Knicks seems like can't be stopped. Coming in off of a win here over the Lakers, 112-100 is a 6-point favorite. Last time out, we had the Knicks in that game over the Lakers. They also beat Portland and Toronto here of late. The Knicks are, though, 8-15 against the spread on the road. That doesn't seem very good, but they are 24-19 against the spread as a favorite. Washington just 20-25 against the spread as an underdog. The Knicks have won and covered 6 straight games on this winning streak right now. Washington has actually dropped 10 of their last 13, but they've gone 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games. Seems like the Knicks can't be stopped, but the numbers just keep going higher here. You got to wonder, can they keep going and can they keep covering these increased spreads here? They just, like I said, beat the Lakers, beat Portland as a favorite. They did beat Sacramento at home as a 14.5-point favorite here over the past week. They won by 16 over Sacramento. For Washington, they do come in here off of a win over Sacramento, 116-112 as a 1.5-point dog. They've won 3 of their last 4 games, and they've been covering here, as I said, of late. The Knicks, however, have covered 4 of the last 5 meetings against the Washington Wizards. Knicks have gone under in 8 straight games, but this total at 228.5 has just kept going up from last night. up over 2.5 points here, despite the fact that the Knicks have gone under there in 8 straight games. Hey, if we got some steam, we're going to butt in here. We got a live one. Grand Canyon taking the steam here to start us off on the steam machine. They were a 25-point favorite against Air Force, but right now, Air Force, man, they're really in a funk, aren't they? Grand Canyon here taking the steam, and they are up to a 26-point favorite right now. Just a 1-point move with all those points, but Grand Canyon just took the steam against Air Force in that Mountain West game. Okay, I think I'm ready to hear from you. Washington's gone under in 9 of their last 12 games at home. They've also gone over in 4 of the last 5 matchups with the New York Knicks. See what you guys have here, laying 13, maybe even more by now. Let's see here, because I think it's 13.5. Yeah, it's 13 at the sharp books, but definitely up to 13.5 here right now for the most part. And that total, like I said, has continued to climb. Hey, when you make a pick in the chat with me, put you in a drawing at the end of the show, you could win a month worth of those plays from me. All you got to do is type in anything in the chat, and that makes you eligible here. But you must put something into the chat in order to win. All right, and we're getting everybody ready to go here with the picks in this game. And here we go. Nine Legacy is going to start us off here. Wizards to get that cover. NYC bars on the over here in this one. Greg says 122 to 107. The Knicks will handle the business here in an over. Crip Keys leaning to the Wizards here, plus points. And Knicks Greg says they're gonna bust them here. BJ says this is kind of a spot where the Knicks can kind of just coast and maybe look right on past the Wizards, because of the big spread. They know they could just get it done here. Take a look on the injury front with this matchup here. You got Miles McBride. He's questionable for the Knicks. Also Mitch Robb. He is out of this game. For the Wizards, Vucevic is questionable. Trey Johnson is out. Alexander Sarr, he is probable here in this one tonight. All right, I'm ready to hear. Let's see here. And they've had, ever since they had that team meeting, Terrell says they've been crushing them here, but they do play the Nuggets. Could be a look-ahead spot for the Knicks. All right. Fernando's here today. All right. Greg says it's a lot of points against anybody, laying it on the road. I think you guys are leaning Wizards here in this one. I'm going to take the over in this one with the look. I'm already paying a bit of a tax here at 228.5. It has gone up here, but I'm going to go over in this one with the Knicks and the Wizards. That's a lot of points. Might be tailing the Wizards here right now, but I'll take the over. Paying a little tax here, 2.5-point tax right now with the Knicks and the Wizards. All right, Art Thompson's here, ready to go today, and we'll move on. Nuggets and Pistons, NBA action here for Tuesday with the Pistons favored 3.5 here against the Denver Nuggets on Tuesday, and a great game here. Wow, with the Nuggets and the Pistons. For Denver here, they come in having won 10 of their last 15 games coming into this one. The Pistons, meanwhile, they've won 8 of their last 10. High-profile matchup here with top-rated teams. Denver, 33-17. They've won 2 of their last 3 coming in, but they did lose last time out to OKC, 121 to 111 as a 7.5-point underdog for Detroit. Meanwhile, winners of 2 straight, and they've been racking up the points. Beat the Warriors 131 to 124, and beat Brooklyn 130 to 77. They crushed Brooklyn last time out. Denver still 17-9 against the spread on the road, 12-6 against the spread as an underdog. Pistons, meanwhile, 14-11 against the spread at home, but just 18-21 against the spread as a favorite. Denver's won and covered 5 of the last 6 meetings between those two teams. In fact, the teams just met about a week ago, and Denver won it 109-107. I'm sorry, Detroit won it 109-107 at Denver, but they were a 7-point favorite in that one. Of course, Jokic was still out at that time, but still the Nuggets were able to cover that spread in that game for the 4th straight cover for Denver over Detroit. Detroit's gone under in 12 of their last 15 games coming in. Right now, they're 15-23 to the under as a favorite. Meanwhile, Denver 16-10 to the over on the road, but 7-10 to the under as a dog. We can go to the chat and see what you have here with Denver on the road taking on the Pistons tonight. A high-profile matchup here at the 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific. Why isn't this the national TV game? All right, I'll hear from you in the chat. Let's go to it. Josh is here today. He's got the Wizards to win this. He's got the Wizards to win that game over the Knicks. He's going to take got him for a big plus money there. Fernando was on the Nuggets here, and this one on the road. Greg says the spread was 4.5, and it keeps going down a little bit. Nine Legacies likes the Nuggets here on the money line. Or Nuggets on the spread, sprinkle the money line. Crip Key today on the Pistons here. Twisted's got his college plays in the chat today. Thank you to Twisted. VCU, NC State, USC, St. Louis, and San Diego State. Good morning to Twisted. Nick Handy's here as well. VAR wants the over. R. Tomps is on the Nuggets here in this one. Twisted leaning Denver and over. And Greg says he's got Denver winning this one, but not a cover here. And Terrell liking Denver on the money line in this one. All right. And as for me, I'm going to go with the under in this game. Look, the total's gone up here to 227. At least I've got the value here, unlike that last total I went with. But I'm going to take the under in this one with Denver and Detroit. Like I said, Denver may be an over team on the road, but they're still 7-10 as an underdog. So I think this one's going to be a game we see go under here. It did open 224.5 and is up to 227.5, but I'm going the other way. I know I see this steam coming in on the over, and I'm just going to have to fade the steam here, I think, in this one. I'm going to take the under with Denver and Detroit. And Greg says Denver will win it by 2. Utah Jazz on the road taking on Indiana Pacers here. NBA action for Tuesday. Utah coming in here and mired in a losing streak right now. Coming into this one for the Jazz, they've lost 6 straight games coming in, just 1-5 against the spread in those 6 games. For Indiana, meanwhile, they've covered 7 of their last 8 games at home, 4 of their last 5 games overall, despite going just 7-13 in their last 20. Utah's covered 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams. In fact, when they played back in November, Utah won at 152-128 at home, crushing Indiana in that game. Jazz getting the points here in this one. For Utah here, Nurkic is out. Keontae George is out as well. And let's see. No, the Pacers are on relatively clean injury report, short term coming into this one. Pacers are 17-10 against the spread at home this season, but they are 2-5 to the under as a favorite. However, Utah's 27-18 to the over as an underdog. Let's see what you have here with this one, with the Jazz taking on the Pacers here in Indiana tonight. And a game will probably kick it to the curb if we could get to the baseball season here soon. These teams are not going to the playoffs, that's for sure. Utah actually has a better record than Indiana despite this long losing streak right now. Utah comes in with 16 wins, Indiana just 13 wins. And as for me here in this one, I think I've got another under here. I think Utah might be able to upset them here, but I'm going to try another under here in this one with Utah and Indiana here tonight. We'll go to the chat and see what you have between these two. And Barr here says take the Jazz in this one. Pacers on the back-to-back following that game against Houston last night. We had the Pacers here on the show yesterday. Greg says 120-117. Indiana wins. BJ liked the Pistons at home in that other game. Nine Legacy Jazz on the spread. Crip Key is on the Pacers here. Greg says Indiana by 3 because they played yesterday. He says they won't quite get the cover. Jazz to cover here, says BJ. R. Thompson on the Jazz. Nine Legacies, though, those are interesting injuries. That might get them to might get Nine Legacy to switch there. Jordy has the Jazz on the money line. BJ says the Pacers are in the tankathon right now. Yep, they got 37 losses, I think. Let me see. Their Pacers have 37 losses right now, and Utah just 35 losses here currently. So Utah's a couple games clear, but they've lost 6. They're the team that's lost 6 in a row. They're cold as ice. All right. We don't need to spend too much time on that one, do we? All right, the Lakers are on the road, taking on the Nets here. NBA action for Tuesday night. Lakers, a considerable favorite here on the road by 8.5. Total 222.5. Lakers coming in here off of a loss last time out against the Knicks, 112-110. They were getting 6 in that one. Still, Lakers on this road trip said it's time to go home, isn't it? Well, I guess they got to break down the stage now. We saw the Grammys there, and can't the Lakers go home yet? They've been on the road forever here, of course, in late February, late January, early February, like they are every year. Lakers have failed to cover in 4 of the last 5 games against Brooklyn. Brooklyn is 4-2 against the spread in their last 6, but they've dropped 8 of their last 9 games overall. Still, Brooklyn 5-1 against the spread at home in their last 6 games. Lakers, though, 17-11 as a favorite. 15 of the last 19 meetings between these two teams in Brooklyn have gone under. Now, they just play there once a year, so it's over the last 20 years, but has gone under in 78% of the games between the two teams over the last 2 decades. So see what you got here in this one. Lakers have gone under in 6 of their last 8, including 5 of their last 7 on the road here on this, mostly on this road trip right now. So let's see what you have here with the Lakers taking on Brooklyn tonight and finally get this road trip over with, I think. Go to the chat here in this one. start off with BG. Oh, he's in the chat. Let's see. Hey, Billy Siegfried is here. Great to see Billy here. He says that Indiana Fever would beat the Pacers right now. Good to see it, Bill. All right. Var likes the Lakers here, and layup BJ's going over. Greg says Lakers can smack them down and win this one. That might be it from the chat. Let's see if anybody else chimes in here. Give me the under here in this one between the Lakers and the Nets. I'm willing to go under 222 here. I'm going under so far in these last three games. Jordy's on the Lakers on the money line. Legacy says Brooklyn plus the points here in this one. The Atlanta Hawks are on the road, taking on the Miami Heat, expecting a high-scoring game here in this one. Wow, 240 points between these two teams. Well, hey, the last time they played, the total was 235, and it went for 129. I'm sorry. The last time these two teams played, I know I had a shtick here on my notes. The last time these two teams played back in December, the total was 250.5. Well, it didn't quite go over. Miami won at 126 to 111. It actually went considerably under. And with this 240, I can't even find a game that these guys have played up to 240 here recently. Every game that these two teams have played for the last couple of years, last 2 years or so, have been under this number. So, what gives here with these two today, Hawks and the Heat, here at 240.5? It's only gone up. Atlanta comes in here having won and covered for their last six. Miami's won and covered for their last. Both teams have covered for their last six games coming in. However, Atlanta just 1-4 against the spread and straight up in their last 5 games here over the last over the last 5 meetings. A little bit of breaking news here right now coming in. Let's go ahead and do a little breaking news. All right, we got a little breaking news out of the NFL here this morning. The New York Giants have made their decision, and they'll be hiring Matt Nagy, the former offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs, as their new offensive coordinator. He was with the Chiefs twice there from 16 and 17 and also from 23 to 25, and did win 2 Super Bowls with Coach Reed. So definitely had the right quarterback in there. And, he's known for calling those creative, not unusual, but offensive flair, though. So the former Bears coach, who did earn Coach of the Year honors back in 2018, but, was fired there eventually, couldn't produce a winning record. Did leave the Chiefs in January after Bieniemy came in, and he'll be the offensive coordinator, of course, there. But he did interview for head coaching jobs in Tennessee, Baltimore, Arizona, and Philly, but couldn't get the head job. So he's with the Giants now. Matt Nagy is hired by the Giants as offensive coordinator. That just in here to the morning steam this morning. The Giants got their own set of problems in the front office right now. We'll just call the offensive coordinator job here, and we'll worry about the rest later. See, do they actually force ownership change in New York? Okay, let me go back to the game here that we were on between the Hawks and the Heat. So talking about this total anyway, where do they get off putting this total at 240.5? I mean, I don't see these, two teams that blockbuster overs. You'd think a team that if they're going to have 240 points today, you'd think that at least they go over majority of the time. These teams are both 26 and 25 to the over. Atlanta is 16 and 12 to the over on the road, but the Heat are 11 and 14 to the under as a favorite. Miami, though, has gone over in 7 of their last 10, and 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two have gone over. But like I said, I just don't see this combination, this team combination here going over. The first one was 237 points back in December. I'm going to take the under again. Uh-oh. That's 4 straight unders for me right now. I'm going under, though, with the Hawks and the Heat. And your guys are already chiming in there, so let's see what you got. Gibson ratings here have it for, I think the Gibson ratings here like Atlanta. BJ's on the Heat money line. Fernando said the Heat will struggle offensively against the Lakers tonight. Greg's got Atlanta and the under eventually 9. Legacy likes Atlanta here. And Greg says that he's got Miami if Normie Powell is in the lineup here today. We just don't know, I don't think, at this point. I can't tell here what Normie's going to do. Tyler Hero, also questionable, could work his way back in the lineup today. Jovic is questionable as well. For the Hawks, KP is questionable. Okonkwo is out there. Kripke is on the Hawks, and Barr is on the Heat. So a little bit back and forth there right now. And I'll take the under again, man. Next up, Celtics and Mavericks here in this one. Celtics on the road, favored by 6.5. Total 223, maybe 223 here right now. Maybe 222.5, somewhere right in there. Yeah, I think we were bumping up to 223 with these two. All right, there we go. The Dallas Mavericks come in on a 4-game losing streak here right now, but they have covered the last 2. They had losses to Houston and Charlotte, but were able to get the money in those games. They also lost previously to Minnesota, and the Lakers did not cover. Boston, meanwhile, comes in here off a pair of win and covers over Sacramento and Milwaukee. Boston's 15 and 10 against the spread on the road, but Dallas is 16 and 12 against the spread at home and 19 and 14 against the spread as an underdog. For the Mavericks here, they've won just 1 of their last 5, but have covered 6 of their last 8. Boston, meanwhile, they've won 5 of their last 7, but failed to cover in 4 of their last 6. So Boston's kind of winning and not covering. Dallas is losing, but sometimes covering here of late. Boston, however, 8-2-1 against the spread in the last 11 meetings between these two teams. So this one's kind of going both ways. A little tricky here with the Celtics laying these points on the road. Let's see what you have in the chat with these two. Boston and Dallas here tonight in Dallas. Cooper Flag facing off against these Celtics. For Dallas here, PJ Washington is out, and that's really the only short-term injury. We know AD's out here big time right now, so guess we can go to the chat for this matchup between Dallas and Boston. Here we go. Kripke is on the Celtics here. BJ says the Celtics will cover. Yeah, they do own the series here against Dallas. Dallas doing a nice job covering some spreads here lately. I'm taking the Dallas Mavericks here in this one. I got to go with Dallas. Plus the points. Mavericks for Fernando and me. There we go. Next up now, the Bulls are on the road taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. NBA action here for Tuesday. Chicago coming in here 24 and 26. Milwaukee just trying to figure out what they're going to do with the trade deadline approaching. Where is Giannis going to end up? Will he just never play again for Milwaukee and retire? I think that was an option on Kalshi. Right now, the Miami Heat are the leading candidate on Kalshi to make a trade with the Milwaukee Bucks, followed by the Warriors. And I think those were the strongest favorites actually. Right now, I'm showing staying with Milwaukee and retiring is actually, I believe, the favorite there. So, but maybe he just won't get dealt. All right, here we go with this one with the Bulls taking on the Mavericks here. The Bulls have lost 4 of their last 5, and they're 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. Milwaukee, meanwhile, have lost 5 straight and haven't even come close, actually, in any of those games. Hey, we got some steam here coming in on Illinois State, and they're taking some steam here right now in their matchup with Southern Illinois. Illinois State was an 8-point. We got some steam, all right. Southern Illinois is about an 8-point favorite, but they're moving higher here right now. Illinois State taking the steam. They're up to 10 here at Circa right now. That's a pretty big move, actually. A 1.5-point move at least here. Illinois State just took the steam here on the Morning Steam Show over Southern Illinois today. All right, here's the problem with the Bulls, as we talked about it time and again. They're just not a great favorite. They're 6-18 against the spread as a favorite this season. Now Milwaukee is 8-13 against the spread at home and 12-14 against the spread as an underdog. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. Milwaukee's gone under in 5 of their last 7. The Bucks have gone under. The Bulls have gone under in 5 of their last 7 games as well. Coming into this one for the Bulls here, Josh Giddey is out of this game. Also, Jalen Smith questionable, Kevin Huerter questionable as well for the Bucks. Gary Harris is questionable here in this one. All right, let's see what you guys have in the chat between the Bulls and the Bucks. And Nine Legacy's got the Bulls on the spread here. And Fernando says Bucks team total under. And Greg says Bucks are terrible. And Terrell says that, they might just have to go low here and see, you don't want to trade somebody, right, if you're not getting equitable, but it's kind of like you got something that you can't get rid of. You got to lower the price. Fernando says Bulls team total over. Bucks haven't won in a while. Kripke says Bucks, but doesn't feel very good about it. NYC Bar is on the under here. The Gibson ratings here maybe leaning Bucks, and Fernando going with the under. I'm going to take the Milwaukee Bucks here in this one to get a win here tonight against Chicago. Give me the Bucks to get off the snide here against Chicago at home. Greg says it'll be a buzzer beater. Good morning to Jermaine. Nobody's taking the Bucks. I will, BJ. Give me the Bucks. I'll be the Huckleberry here. I'll take the Bucks tonight to get one done. All right, the Magic will be at the Thunder here on Tuesday night. Orlando comes in. Hey, they're a couple games over 500 right now, despite a loss last time out. They dropped a decision to San Antonio on the road, but before that, they had wins over Toronto and Miami. For OKC, they just had a nice win over Denver. We know that right now, for OKC, they're kind of in a slump. Actually, they still have won 9 of their last 13, but have lost 3 of their last 5. They're just 1-6 against the spread at home in their last 7 games at home, and just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5. But Orlando's gone just 2-5 straight up and against the spread in their last 7 games coming in. Okay, go ahead and call me right now. You obviously don't know who I some friend you are. I like the people who follow. Shout out family and friends on Facebook. I send the show to Facebook every day, and still they come when the friends call me. They go, "What have you been up to?" Maybe nobody looks at Facebook anymore. I guess that's fair. All right. Anyways, Orlando's gone under in 4 of their last 6 games. This has totally been a dominating series for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've actually covered 11 of the last 14 matchups between these two teams. Oklahoma City's gone over in 6 of their last 8 games total here, 19.5. Coming into this one, I'm showing some 7s out there right now within the last few minutes. Now, this game has injury woes all over the place. We'll just have to see what happens with the Thunder here today. Holmgren, questionable. SGA, questionable. Guard Jalen Williams, out. Hartenstein, questionable. AJ Mitchell, questionable. Caruso, questionable. All these injuries for the Thunder here in this one, but they're still favored here by a little bit. Franz Wagner is out for Orlando here, but that's a lot of injuries. Let's go to the chat here in this one and see what you have with Orlando on the road. Hey, we got some steam here coming in. Tennessee Martin taking the steam in their matchup with Little Rock today. Martin was the 6-point favorite, but they're up to 7 here right now in their matchup with UALR. Tennessee Martin is taking the steam here, and they're currently up to a 7-point favorite or so in their matchup with UALR. Martin's having a great season right now, 17-5 overall. All right, I got to make my call here in this one between Orlando and the Thunder here. And I'm going to take another under in this game. I'm going to go under with Orlando and the Thunder tonight in Oklahoma City. All right. And let's see here. Magic to cover for BJ. 9 Legacy says take the Thunder. And our Tomps is on the Magic here. Greg has his numbers in, and he says the Thunder wins this one, but right on the spread there, I guess. Fernando says Bulls not 2.5. Oh, did I have the wrong line up there? Sorry about that. And so Terrell says Orlando. How about that? And Billy says they better not trade Giannis to the Lakers. Okay, hey, here's a little more steam coming in for us this morning. It's on Davidson. How about that in the big matchup with St. Louis there? Davidson is taking the steam. St. Louis was a 10-point favorite. And, hey, if you like your 21-1 teams on a discount, this one's all the way down to 8 here at Circa right now. Davidson took the steam against a red-hot St. Louis here. So the move is on Davidson against St. Louis. Wow. All right. And let's see here. That might be it for this one between the Magic and the Thunder. And I'll go under with the Thunder. And Terrell will go Orlando. So you got Magic, Orlando Magic, and the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, good, because I'm going under. Hey, you got some steam right here real quick. VCU and Fordham, steam to the under here. These two teams kind of have been going under this season, so here's a move to the under with VCU and Fordham. It was 147, but we're seeing the steam come in right now, taking it all the way to 145. Steam to the under here with VCU and Fordham. All right, and let's see here. Next up, Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Golden State Warriors, formerly known as the Philadelphia Warriors. Hey, there's an angle. For Golden State here, they are favored by they're favored by 2.5 right now. It was 1.5 kind of overnight, but oh my goodness. Actually, now it's 3.5 here at some of the sharp books. We're seeing the Warriors here moving considerably higher. Now, the Sixers obviously are on the back-to-back. This total has also moved higher here to 221.5 right now, and this thing's on the move. For the Warriors here, they've lost 4 of their last 6 and also gone just 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 overall. Philadelphia's won 4 of their last 5. They're having a pretty good road trip here. They have lost 4 of the last 6 games. They met Golden State and just 1-5 against the spread in those games, but a 4-game winning streak right now. Philadelphia got out of town, and all they are is picking up a win over Clippers in that first game, but got to play the back-to-back here. This 4-game winning streak on the line. Philadelphia's 6-2 against the spread on the road right now. 8 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams have gone under. I don't think this one's going under tonight. I got to think it's going over. I went over with the Sixers last night in that game, and I would think this one goes over as well. Although when the two teams did meet earlier this season in Philadelphia, it was just 99-98. Philadelphia got the win in that game. Did not cover, or they did cover actually. Philadelphia got the win, but they were favored by 4.5. The Warriors actually got the money. Philadelphia is one of the best road teams against the spread in the league. They're 15-5 overall ATS. Golden State 14-11 ATS at home. Golden State's gone over in 7 of their last 9 games. I'm going to go over in this one. Not going under in every game. Give me the over here with Philly and Golden State. I think that move is probably correct. Let me write down this total, 222 here in some spots. It's going up by the second, it feels like. All right, go to the chat and see what you have here. The Sixers on the road, taking on the Warriors. Here's Crip Key. He says Warriors don't have the lineup to compete right now in this game. They'll be having Curry out. I should mention, don't bury the lead, right? Curry out of this game. LG probable. Paul George is suspended if you haven't heard. Getting a few injury updates here league-wide as well over the last couple of minutes. Wizards, Vukcevic is reported now out of the game tonight. Anthony Gill is questionable. Some injury news just in here on these other games. Bronny James questionable tonight. Zaire Williams for Brooklyn probable. Michael Porter Jr. now probable. Noah Clowney probable. And another update here, Hawks and the Heat. Just in, Tyler Hero is out of the game tonight, ruled out. Hero out tonight for the Heat. Davion Mitchell will be probable. Just some few more injury notes here just into the morning steam. Nine Legacy says Warriors on the spread. He's got Crip Key here. 76ers will work him here. Jermaine says Golden State's nowhere near 3 points better than the Sixers, even without Embiid.
Final.
And Jermaine says you can't be betting this game, but maybe it is a better matchup for the Sixers here. Fernando likes the Warriors team total over. And Kripke really likes the advantage here for Philadelphia today. Tremaine says, who's going to stop Maxey in this game? And now you're getting even more points, right? I mean, I was on a show last night taking the Sixers plus 1.5, and now they're getting 3.5 here. You got to wonder. I mean, when you see the spread go up like this, and we talked about it there last night, and everybody was telling me, hey, don't forget, you're going to have, Embiid here, not on the injured list currently, but played heavy rotation last night, and you think that maybe Embiid will be out of this game. There's no indication that he is just yet. Just don't have the report yet here, early morning on the West Coast, but could possibly be a situation where Embiid is going to miss the game, and maybe that's why that spread is continuing to go up here to 3.5 with the Warriors right now. A few more injury updates around the league. Julian Phillips of the Bulls, he is now questionable in this game. Harris is now out for Milwaukee. Gary. All right, the Gibson ratings here says Warriors by 5. And he says that the Phillies drained from the Clippers game. That took a lot of effort, he says, out of them there with that win. Okay, also here, Warriors and under. Terrell here says Sixers team total over there, I think. And Phil Eagle Flyers got his soccer action for us. Thank you, Phil Eagle Flyer, for stopping by. Okay, I think that's it for me in this one. And Billy Siegfried said, Philly with Harden didn't even want to play last night if he's going to get traded. And we did see my man Kobe Sanders start in place of Harden. Kobe looking good. All right, now I guess I'm down to the final game of the NBA card here on Tuesday. Be the Suns on the road taking on the Trailblazers here. Suns favored by just 3 now. The move has been clearly on the Blazers overnight. The Suns were as high as 4.5, but right now it's 3 with the Suns on the road. Total here also has been sneaking up to 218.5 from 217.5. Here we go. What happened to the Portland Trailblazers? They were, cruising along and really showing everybody that they were an improved team, but now they've lost 5 games in a row here right now. But the steam is in right now on the Portland Trailblazers in the matchup with the Phoenix Suns. Portland, all of a sudden here down to 2.5. That steam move just in here right now with Portland, obviously taking the action right this second. The taupe has lit up here right now. Let me see if we got this one lighting up here. There it is with Portland and Phoenix. You can see the total here in red here currently. The game in there, Portland and Phoenix in red there. Bet online, Bovada 2.5 right there. So the move is in here right this second on the Portland Trailblazers. Steam also came in on the under here, but let's see what you've got with this matchup. Phoenix and Portland, clearly a move here right now. Are getting some more late information on some injury updates here league-wide. Also, forward Jalen Williams, he's questionable for the Thunder, so you have not only guard Jalen Williams out, but now forward Jalen Williams. He's been added to the injured list here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Man, everyone's hitting the injured list in that game for Oklahoma City. We also did just get an update here with the Sixers and the Warriors as Cryer will be out of this game. Moses Moody probable for the Warriors. And we'll see what's up with this game. Maybe there is some injury information. Now, Phoenix does come in having won 3 of their last 4 games in Currently, Phoenix 16-10 against the spread on the road, 16-7 against the spread as a favorite, but Portland solid 15-10, ATS at home 19-13, ATS as an underdog. Portland has lost 5 straight, going just 1-4 against the spread in those 5 games. Phoenix has gone under in 11 of their last 16 games. Portland's gone under in 4 of their last 5. Let's see what you have in the chat in this one. I think I'm good for one more under here. This one keeps moving lower, but I'm going to go ahead and take the under here with Phoenix and Portland tonight. We'll see how it goes here, but I gotta trust the move here probably on Portland tonight. That's the way I was looking. Let's see what we got here. Trailblazers for 9 legacy. Phoenix coming off the loss to the Clippers. Fernando here is on the Blazers plus the points. BJ likes the under here in this one. Jermaine likes the alternate under with this matchup. And Suns team total under here for Fernando. These teams played back in November here in Portland. Phoenix won at 127-110. It did go over on that night. Greg says Phoenix coming off the loss to the Clippers. He thinks it'll be a 4-point game there, and that would give a cover to Phoenix now, given that the total's been dropping. BJ says both teams do play pretty good defense. Phoenix is 8-15 to the under as a favorite, and Portland 12-20 to the under as a dog. So in these rolls, a combined 20-35 to the under. Although it should be noted, Portland is 14-11 to the over at home.
Final.
But they've gone under in 4 of their last 5. All right, that's it for the NBA. Thanks a lot, everybody. Great picks from you guys. And we're going to go to some college ball now. I've got 5 games lined up. Hopefully that'll work tonight. Pretty good card here. Got to start off with a pretty good one. Let's go with it. All right. Miami of Ohio taking on Buffalo. The Miami O will put their 22-0 record on the line here tonight. It seems like they keep making it close and making it interesting, but they keep finding a way to win. The Red Hawks coming in here also undefeated in conference play. It looked like Buffalo was going to be a contender in the Mid-American Conference there for a while. They got off to such a hot start, but they've really cooled down now. They've kind of fallen back here in the middle of the pack. In fact, they're 4-6. They've been dropping conference games here of late. Now, as good as Miami, Ohio has been, it's a must-win situation still because Akron is 9-1, and Akron is in action today. They are a 12-point favorite on the road against Eastern Michigan, so they should be able to handle their business. Those two atop the standings here currently, but certainly Miami of Ohio has the tougher task of the two teams playing Buffalo on the road. Yes, Buffalo's been slumping, no doubt about it, but their first meeting was a memorable one. If you remember, it was 105-102. Miami of Ohio got the win at home as a 10.5-point favorite, but Buffalo was able to cover in that game. Miami of Ohio 7-1 against the spread on the road, 10-5 against the spread as a favorite. Buffalo is just a 50-50 proposition ATS at home, but they have they've gone 12-8 against the spread. However, they've lost 6 of 9 as an underdog. Miami of Ohio is 12-3 to the over as a favorite. But I don't know. This total's pretty high at 163 right now. That's in fact it's 164. I don't know if this game's going over here at 164 right now. Spread has dropped a little bit to 4.5 in this one. Let's see what you think, though. Like I said, this looks like a kind of a significant game here, right? With Miami of Ohio trying to keep that win streak going. And Buffalo played them good last time. Buffalo's hungry for some wins right now with this slumpy slump that has seen them tumble into the middle of the standings in the Mid-American Conference. So let's see what you have here with Miami 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific time, taking on Buffalo here tonight. Buffalo's lost 6 of their last 7 overall and gone just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games. Miami of Ohio has covered 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. Miami's 15-5 against the spread so far this season, having won all these games here. 22-0. 9 of the last 12 meetings between the two teams have gone over, but man, I know the total just screams over, but I just don't know if I can do it in this game. That high total. I mean, look, Miami does play a pretty good defensive game. That's kind of what's made them so special. And that 105-103 game, it did go over in regulation, but it was an overtime game there. So all right, see what you guys have here in this one. I'm going to lay the points, actually, and take Miami of Ohio here. I'm not going to get tricky right now. Give me the Redhawks here on the road over Buffalo. Okay, go to the chat, see if you guys are interested in this big Mid-American Conference game right now. Hey, there's Nuke. He's waiting for the college basketball portion. He likes Buffalo here to cover this game. Look, they did a great job in the first one. It was a great game, Terrell says. It should be another good one. I agree. I mean, just too high of a total for this one right now. These guys, it's going to be it feels more like a brawl, whereas the first one certainly was certainly a high scoring game. Buffalo here for James Parm. Greg says it'll be 84-80. Hey, Twisted's already in. He's in for his Super Bowl props. I'm down with it. Let's show it for Twisted. He's ready to go. He likes Darnold to throw for 2 touchdowns at least. He likes Walker to have a big day. He likes Njigba to get a touchdown. He likes May over in his passing yards. Thank you, Twisted. Enjoy the game. Okay. Greg says, Buffalo, careful. It's an upset alert. Barr likes Miami of Ohio here. Greg says that spread's been moving, hasn't it? It says it was 5.5 last night. Now it's down to 4.5. And, right, Terrell? Will Miami, look, Terrell, do you think Miami, let's say they lose somewhere along the line. Let's say they lose in the conference. What if they go undefeated the regular season and then lose in the conference tournament? Are they going to miss the tournament with just 1 loss or even 2 losses? Johnny Walker likes Miami of Ohio in the first half. Twisted said they'll win it, but he doesn't know if they'll cover. I'm going to take Miami O in this one. I was on Buffalo in that first matchup, but I'm going to take Miami O here. All right, let's go to the SEC for one of the few one of the ranked teams in action here, the Tennessee Volunteers. They've won 3 straight right now. They come in 15-6 overall. Ole Miss has dropped 3 straight here right now. These teams aren't in near the top right now of the SEC anyway, but you got Tennessee 5-3 currently, sitting in 6th place. Meanwhile, Ole Miss 3-5 coming into this one in conference play. Tennessee here just 5-9 against the spread as a favorite. Ole Miss is 5-3 against the spread on the road. For the Vols, they've covered just 2 of their last 6 games overall. Ole Miss has covered 5 of their last 6 coming in. Despite 3 straight losses, they were able to get the money at Vanderbilt here recently, also got the money at Mississippi State. They won at Mississippi State, and they won at Georgia. So Ole Miss isn't playing poorly here, but they've lost 9 of the last 11 meetings to Tennessee, going 4-2, however, against the spread against the Vols. 11 of the last 14 meetings between these 2 teams have gone under, but I don't know if this one will. Let's see what you guys have here with this one. Ole Miss has gone under in 4 of their last 5, but Tennessee's gone over in 7 of their last 9. We'll see what you guys have here in this one. I mean, you look at Tennessee, you just look up and down their schedule right now. I can't even find a game that's played to 140 points. They're all last. Let me look at these scores. You look at Tennessee here. The total is 139. All right, let's see. Auburn game, 145. Georgia game, 170. Alabama, 152. Kentucky, 158. A&M, 169. Florida game, 158. Texas game, 156. Every game I'm reading off here is a higher number than this 139. Now, I know that, Mississippi does bring a little bit of defense. I got to go. Let's see what you guys got here in this one. Maybe I'm missing something here. Every Tennessee game goes, I got to go over, gang. Come on. Give me the over in this one. Come on. Really? Now, I know, you look at Ole Miss, they do have some scoring woes. Maybe that's part of the problem here. They're not necessarily going even close to 139, but last game against Vandy, 139. Kentucky was 135. Auburn was 145. Mississippi State 135. Missouri game 140. Give me the over. Give me the over. No reason to mess around here for me. I'm taking the over in this one. Maybe the combination of the 2 teams. Let's see here. Last meeting between the 2 teams last season, they met just one time. It was at Ole Miss, 78-76. Ole Miss got the win as a 2.5-point dog. All right, here we go. Greg here says 77-65, Tennessee gets the money. All right, not much from you guys in that one, but I'll take the over. All right, how about the St. John's Red Storm? They're on the road taking on DePaul in this one. The Johnnies here, pretty important tilt here for St. John's. Yes, they're a pretty big favorite on the road, but just given the fact currently in the standings in the Big East, they got to keep on riding here right now if they want to keep up with 11-0 Connecticut. St. John's comes in here 9-1 currently. St. John's here ranked 22nd. They're 16-5 overall. They're on a good winning streak here, so they should be able to keep up and keep pace with first place Connecticut. See how you guys have it here, though, with DePaul having lost their last 2 games coming in with the losses to Georgetown and Xavier, but they did get the money against Xavier. They were on the road getting 4.5, and they hung in there. Did the Blue Demons in that one. For St. John's here, they won 7 straight, covered 5 of those 7 games. They've gone 7-1 against the spread the last 8 meetings against DePaul, but DePaul's covered 7 of their last 8 overall, despite going just 3-7 in their last 10. So usually they're getting enough points. They're 8-3 against the spread as an underdog. St. John's just 8-10, 9-10 against the spread as a favorite. These 2 teams already met in their first tilt of the season, and DePaul got the money. St. John's was favored at home by 19.5 in a 79-66 win as DePaul got the money. DePaul's gone under in 11 of their last 13 games. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. St. John's has gone over in 5 of their last 6 games coming into this one. Right now, it looks like, man, it might be higher than 9.5. Yeah, you know what? It's at least 10, maybe even 10.5 here right now. And the total 146.5. Gonna have to bump it up here for sure with St. John's right now. But DePaul, interestingly enough, able to get the number in several games here of late. Yes, it is a dominating series for St. John's when these two teams have met. This is another one where you look at the scores here of late, especially these DePaul games. Now, they are playing St. John's, so maybe that is a part of the difference here. But this is rarely going as high as this. A DePaul here, when they play good teams, usually they have trouble scoring. I'm going to go to the chat here real quick. I'm going to go under in this game. I'm convinced. Give me the under here in this one. Look, DePaul's 3-8 to the under is a dog. St. John's 8-11 to the under is a favorite. DePaul's 7-15 to the under overall. I'm going to take the under in this one. I'm sure that St. John's will be pretty popular in the chat. Let's see what's going on there. Var likes DePaul. Nuke likes DePaul. Okay. Yeah, Nuke says, look, it's all the way up to 10.5 there. All right. 9 Legacy says DePaul the cover. Man, Kripke says DePaul could cover. Lots of DePaul support there in the chat. Greg's on St. John's here. He says St. John's owns these guys. That's a fact. They probably should rock them here. Let me take the under in this one. All right, the Indiana Hoosiers are on the West Coast taking on USC here tonight. USC favored here, Indiana favored here by 1.5. Indiana's favored by 1.5. Talk about stale lines. Well, maybe it's 1, but still, I got to flip it. And the total here, 152, pretty much
final
industry-wide here in this one. And see what you like here with Indiana taking on USC. Indiana, both teams unranked, but Indiana comes in here 15-7 on a 3-game winning streak right now with victories over Rutgers, Purdue, and UCLA. They beat UCLA the other night on this West Coast swing, 98-97 in that wild overtime game there, 2 overtime game actually in that one. For USC, meanwhile, they're in off of a win over Rutgers the other night. Although they did not cover 12.5, they won 2 of their last 3 and covered 2 of their last 3, talking about the USC Trojans here. So, man, USC's done a nice job. Really, is Indiana going to come in here and sweep the 2 LA teams right now? I don't know. USC is 8-3 straight up at home, but Indiana now a favorite here. They are 11-3 straight up as a favorite. USC just 1-5 to the under as an underdog here in their last 6 in the roll. Let's go to the chat here in this one. These 2 teams met last year at Bloomington. It was 82-59, right? 82-69, whatever it was. It was a blowout for IU. They covered 6.5 in that one. All right. USC has won. What did I say? 8 of 11 games at home so far this season. They're 14-6 in their last 20 games overall. 16-6 overall. Indiana comes in here 11-3 straight up as a favorite, although just 9-5 against the spread as a favorite. Indiana's covered 4 of their last 5. They've won 13 of their last 20 overall. Indiana's gone under in 9 of their last 11 games on the road. USC's gone under in 6 of their last 9, and IU's gone under in 5 of their last 6. So usually these USC games at home do play much lower. I'm going to go with USC. I'm going to go with USC in this one. Yeah. Again, no turning back here for me. Come on, this is the morning Steam show. Okay, here we go. Any picks here? You guys having a great conversation on the Super Bowl in there. I know everybody's all fired up for that. Really excited. Okay. Maybe Nuke says maybe go overtime again. James Parm on Indiana. Hello to Dana Delp. Today he likes the Hoosiers. And Dana's got a prop for us as well. Fernando likes Indiana here. I'm against Fernando. Oh, no. Greg also on Indiana. Man, okay, you guys are on Indiana, and I took USC, but I should have went to the chat first, huh? Greg says Indiana in the under. Yeah, USC is now the dogs. You got to wonder what's going on there. Greg says Indiana is slightly better than USC. All right, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I'm taking SC here in this one. Jordan Marsh is questionable here for Indiana. Connerway is questionable. All right, I think one more in college ball here, and then we'll get to the big NHL card here tonight. Modest NHL card. UNLV and Fresno here, Mountain West play. Got a big night in the Mountain West here tonight. Also, my San Diego State Aztecs in action, trying to hang on to that 3-point tie right now in first place. For Fresno here, they're 4-6 in the conference standings. UNLV is 5-5. Just picked this one because it was a closely rated matchup. But tonight, San Diego State is playing Wyoming. It is a big spread, 12.5. So I didn't cover the game, but San Diego State actually got steamed here just as we were coming on the show. They got moved up from 11.5, and they're at 13 right now at one offshore book. So, but I'm looking at this one here, just a closely rated tonight is what I chose for UNLV and Fresno State. UNLV's lost. UNLV's won 5 straight meetings against Fresno State, but are just 4-16 against the spread in the last 20 games against the Bulldogs. Fresno State's lost 8 of their last 12, but have gone 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 games overall. UNLV's gone over in 13 of their last 20 games on the road, but Fresno State has gone under in 7 of their last 9, and they're 7-13 to the under overall. 5 of the last 6 games for Fresno State at home have gone under. And when I see these Fresno State home games right now, usually I tend to think under. Actually, when the Bulldogs are at home. In fact, if you look at their home games here recently in conference play this season so far, look at some of these scores. I mean, it says 150 right there. I know that Fresno's had some scoring woes, but let's see here. At home against Grand Canyon, just 125 points were scored in that one. At home against Wyoming, 123 points were scored. At home against Colorado, 145 points in that game. At home against Nevada, 131 points. At home against Utah, 135 points. In conference, they've all gone under this number here, and that's what we've said, right, with Fresno State and this big trend to the under. So, oh well, I guess if you're playing UNLV here, I mean UNLV is slightly over. It's 7-4 to the over as an underdog, I guess, but I got to take the under in this one with UNLV and Fresno State. I'm sorry, give me the under here. And that's going to do it for college. Let's see what you guys have in this game, if anything. Okay. Twisted, appreciate you. Have a great day. All right, that was it. Nothing from you guys, but I see this one as an under here. These two teams did meet in their first game already, and it did go over this number, 84-72. UNLV got the win. They did not, and they did cover. But I will say this, even though it went over the posted number here, it did go under the 159.5. All right, gang, we got some hockey action here on the morning steam, and let's get it rolling here with our NHL card for Tuesday. All right. Feel like a newsman. Okay, here we go with the Columbus Blue Jackets on the road taking on the New Jersey Devils. NHL action here for Tuesday. Columbus is Buffalo Jr. at this point. Man, Columbus continues to roll here right now. A big-time winning streak here currently. The Devils have lost 3 of their last 4, but Columbus comes in having won 5 straight. They're 4-1 in their last 5 on the road. They have lost 4 of the last 5 games against the New Jersey Devils. For New Jersey here, they've gone under in 6 of their last 9 and 5 of their last 6 at home. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under, although 5 of the last 6 meetings between the teams in New Jersey have gone over. Columbus continues to look impressive here. They're now 27-20-7. New Jersey 28-25-2. So no wonder it's a closely rated game here. But man, Columbus, this streak has been impressive, including some of the teams they've beat. They beat Dallas, Tampa Bay, Philadelphia. Now, they did just beat Chicago and St. Louis, but hey, they beat them. They've been playing well. New Jersey, not so much. Man, they've really not looked good. Even in their wins, they didn't look very well. They barely beat Vancouver 5 games back by 1 goal. It was on the road. And they edged Nashville 3-2 in overtime. But every game has really been a struggle here for the Devils of late. But I must say that the Blue Jackets, they're one of the worst underdogs in the league, 11-22 overall as a dog for Columbus. Let's see if you have a pick with me here in this one with Columbus and New Jersey. Let's get one steam move in here. Wouldn't you know it? Hey, I might stand corrected here, but the steam is coming in right now on Ole Miss and Tennessee under. So, hey, maybe I'll get a little better number here after the show, huh? Steam coming in on the under here with Mississippi and Tennessee. We're seeing this game go down to 139.5. There, what did I say what was in the show there? This doesn't feel like it's gone under too much. I'm on the over, remembering that one. Okay. Anyway, let's see what you've got here in this one with Columbus and New Jersey here. I'll go to the chat. Okay. Billy, thank you so much for carrying the conversation there, talking Super Bowl. I read everything that you guys were saying. I'm waiting for the big game, of course, on Sunday. I'll have my big preview, but I know everybody's really excited about the game, and so am I. You know what they say? Only is it the 7th or 8th Super Bowl rematch, if you know what I mean, that the two teams, those two franchises have faced off. A Twisted has his college basketball in there before he goes. There's BCU, NC State, St. Louis, USC, and San Diego State. Thank you, Twisted. All right. And Greg says 3-2 for the Devils here in this one. I know the steam is it does feel like the money's been rolling in on the under here, but has it dipped down a little bit here? 6, mostly 6s out there. It's even shaded to the over here. Man. All right. I'm taking the over here in this one with Columbus and New Jersey tonight. Give me the over here in this one. Got Merzlikins and Markstrom in there, so well, the Merzlikins is confirmed here. He comes in with a 10-8-1 record, 3.67 goals against, 88.5% save percentage. Of Markstrom's in there, we know he's been, he's got a 3.25 goals against here. So yeah, I'm going to go over in this one. Philly Eagle Flyer hopes it's a close game in the bowl, huh? Art Tomps is on the under here, but Philly Eagle Flyer is going to go over. And Robert Dixon is here. Must be Robert time, and he's on the Blue Jackets here. Yeah, I mean, come on. This Blue Jacket team been doing well, but still a close game, no doubt. All right, next up. They said the Bet Online guy said that while you guys are talking Super Bowl in there, we did have the line moved on the national anthem last night, you guys. Maybe the rehearsal news is starting to come in, or maybe some people are doing some YouTube investigating with the national anthem here. It moved from 125 back down to 122 seconds overnight. So that's my contribution to the Super Bowl conversation. Okay, let me continue on here. We're waiting for possible NBA trade news here. Don't know if we're going to get them here, get it here just yet, but maybe we're moving in on a couple of trades today with some big names. Could it happen today? Could it happen here on the air in the next half an hour or so while we do these hockey plays? Keeping my eyes, kind of keeping my eyes peeled over here on the old tweet deck here, just in case. We got the Shams Charania notifications on, right? Okay, here we go. Senators and Hurricanes NHL action here for a Tuesday. The Ottawa Senators come in here. They're the hot team right now. It's a 4-game winning streak here. And oops, I got a goalie spelled wrong there. But there he is. Okay. James Reimer expected maybe in here today. Brandon Bussey is likely to be the goalie here. And Bussey, what can you say about what Bussey has done? Now, the Senators are playing well. But with the Hurricanes and Bussey, he is 21-3-1 here right now. He was in the morning skate, so it looks like he's going to be in there. 90.5% save percentage. What a record there for Bussey so far, part of this great Hurricanes season. They are 34-15 and 6 coming in, but hey, Ottawa's been hot here. 27-21 and 7 overall. Like I said, with that winning streak coming in here for Ottawa of 4 games. They are just 2-5 against the Hurricanes in the last 7 meetings between the two. Carolina's come in here winning 6 of their last 8 and 7 of their last 8 at home. Carolina's gone under in 12 of their last 17 matchups with Ottawa, including 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams here in Carolina. Ottawa, however, has gone over in 11 of their last 16 games on the road. Still a big spread. As good as the Hurricanes have been, Ottawa has, certainly been playing well, hanging in there, and this 4-game winning streak, they beat VGK, Colorado, New Jersey, and Pittsburgh. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, those teams are all pretty steady here right now. I mean, especially how hot Pittsburgh's been. We know Colorado is having a great season, and you're beating Vegas. That's a good run for Ottawa. Meanwhile, Carolina, in their 3 wins here, beat LA 3-2 last time out. They also beat Utah and Ottawa. They did lose to Washington. This one's so closely rated that despite the fact that you got a spread money line here, I'm going to update it. 175 right now here for the Hurricanes. So this one's kind of in nowhere land because Senators on the puck line here are minus $1.60 or so. Bussy doesn't lose, that's for sure. Man, $1.75 is a little bit dicey there. I guess I'll just go over here in this one with Ottawa and Carolina, just because the spread of the money line here is kind of in nowhere land for me, it feels like. And Ottawa has gone over in 17 of their 17 and 10 to the over on the road. Carolina 19 and 11 to the over at home. It is 6.5 here. I do think that the Grand Salami, it did come a little high. It looks like it's 46 tonight, but I think I like the Grand Salami over tonight. Here, look, you got the 7 games. They all have pretty much 6s and 6.5s on there, and you haven't had the Toronto game here at 7. I'll go over in this one, though, with Ottawa and Carolina here. Get the over is my play here on the morning Steam show. And the total is definitely 6.5 over everywhere. In fact, it's juiced to the over. I got to at least fix that there. I'll call it over 20. It's mostly over 15, but give me the over with the Senators and the Hurricanes. All right, and let's see what we've got here. Anybody on this one? We've got Robert Dixon on the CBJ. If you know, you know. And Philly Eagle Flyer says Blue Jackets will play the Blackhawks tomorrow. And we're getting ready for you hear Mike. Mike basically saying that I think he's saying no, not one team care. No teams care, I think is what he was saying. I don't even know why we're previewing these games. Someone's got to win. Okay, Philly Eagle Flyer, Canes and the team total over. And Greg likes the Senators here. Man, I've had a pretty good run in hockey. Maybe I should just hang it up. I don't know. I watched some games last night. It seemed like some teams were taking it pretty seriously. Okay, here we go. Capitals on the road taking on the Flyers. Oh, boy, look at this. You got Washington. Man, the goaltending situation in Washington. Hopefully the Olympic break, I don't know if that's going to clear things up, but right now they've just
Final.
believe the situation now with Thompson here as well. So Lindgren is out. Thompson is out. They've had to go now here, Washington, with this goalie situation. Now, they're playing fine. They've won 3 straight, but they're basically on a 3rd and 4th string goalie here. Maybe while the Olympic break has come, they can recoup this a little bit with Lindgren and Thompson. I think Thompson, they actually said, is on they put him on the injured reserve yesterday. So Urson here also questionable. So you got Danny Vladar in there today. So goaltending situations here with this one for sure. Like I said, I guess I like the salami over. For Philadelphia here, a 4-game losing streak coming in with losses to the Islanders, Columbus, Boston, and LA. Flyers still 11-6 against 11-6 as a favorite. Washington 7-12 as a dog here, and they've had to go to Bjorklund here, making his NHL debut tonight. So Flyers better be able to win this one. They are down to $1.25 here at most shops. And the total 6.5 under, but a little bit of a discount here for the Flyers. And again, maybe, because Washington at least is on a winning streak and the Flyers are on a losing streak. But again, the goaltending situation is has to be a major concern, I would think, for Washington, as much as you want to talk about this winning streak. Vladar comes in here with a 16-8-5 record, 2.5 goals against, and a 90.5% save percentage. Some talk that it could be Stevenson, but I think they got to go with Bjorklund actually in this game. So I got to take Philadelphia. There's just no question for me. I'm on the Flyers here to win. Take them as a favorite tonight over the Caps. See what you guys have in this one. These two teams have, let's see here. Caps have won how many in a row against Philadelphia? 6 straight right now for the Capitals over Philadelphia. Wow. Washington, though, just 4-11 in their last 15 on the road. Look, the Flyers have lost 11 of their last 13 games and 6 in a row at home. So I can't get overly excited. Philadelphia just 3-9 in their last 12 at home against the Capitals. So Philly's struggling, and they're playing a team that they really don't do that well against. Washington's gone over in 6 of their last 9. Philly's gone over in 12 of their last 17, although they are 7-10 to the under as a favorite. Okay, here we go. Flyers on the money line for Jordy. Philly Eagle Flyers liking the over here. Greg says Flyers got to win this game tonight. Come on. Can't beat the third string goalie. Or the fourth, this is a 4th string goalie, basically, right? If you got Thompson, Lindgren, and I think before, they had the other goalie in there, Clay Stevenson. Now, maybe Stevenson, I'm pretty sure Borkland's in there. After all, the Caps played the Islanders there last night and won, but I think Stevenson was in there. So I think they go with Bjorklund here today. Remember Bjork? What was the song that Bjork sang? Maybe Terrell can help me. Bjork. What was the song Bjork? I think was she a one-hit wonder? All right. Let's move on here. Get to halfway through the card. Pittsburgh's on the road, taking on the Islanders. NHL action for Tuesday night. Both teams coming in here playing pretty solid here right now. Pittsburgh did lose last time out, but that only stopped their winning streak as they lost to Ottawa 3-2 in regulation. But before that, Pittsburgh had been pretty much on a winning streak. Pittsburgh had won 6 in a row prior to that. They're also 7-1 their last 8 games on the road. However, the Islanders have won 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams. And let's see, are they still a favorite here? $1? Yeah, barely $1.15, but the Islanders are the favorite. The total 6 under 15 here in this matchup. For, let's see here, Sorokin, he is confirmed in goal here tonight, 17-13-2 with a 2.51 goals against and a 91.5% save percentage. Could be Skinner in there for the Pens tonight. Penguins an impressive 15-7 on the road this season, although the Islanders 15-10 at home. Islanders with back-to-back losses against Washington and Nashville here. Before that, they knocked off the Rangers for a pair of games. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, before that loss to Ottawa, also beat the Rangers 6-5 as part of that winning streak. Let's go to the chat here in this one with the Penguins taking on the Isles here tonight. Oops, and I want to hear from you in the chat. Robert's on Pittsburgh here, and so am I. Give me Pittsburgh in this one. Guess that's it from the chat. I'm taking Pittsburgh on the road here against the Islanders right now. Really like what I'm seeing from the Penguins all of a sudden. You have a little bit of breaking news here in the NHL right now, and Jack Hughes is going to miss another game tonight. He's out with that lower body injury against Columbus. Hughes will miss the game tonight once again. Jordy's on the over here in this one, and Philly Eagle Flyer thinks it'll be a regulation draw. I'm going to take the Pens on the road. Greg likes the Islanders tonight. He'll tell me tomorrow if the Islanders win. Okay, got a few more here in the NHL tonight. Next up, I am keeping a close eye here on the tweet deck here. It just feels like, when there's smoke, there's fire. It feels like a trade's going to come down. I mean, we're running out of time on the trade deadline. There's a couple of days left, so maybe today's the day. All right. Sabres here and Lightning. Colton Ellis will be on the goaltending march here for the Sabres tonight. I think that's looking pretty official here. Not announced yet, but feels like Colton Ellis in here going possibly against, I think, Jonas Johansson in here tonight. Let's see what the old news is saying. Colton Ellis likely here in the second game of a back-to-back here for Buffalo following the game there yesterday against the Panthers. We had that premium winner on the over, and we'll see who gets the call for the Lightning in this one. Tampa Bay coming in here with a 3-game winning streak. They're 35-14-4. The Sabres here 32-18-5. This is a great game. This is probably the game of the night for sure, right? Got Tampa Bay here, consecutive wins over Utah, Winnipeg, and Boston, all at home. 4th game of the homestand here for Buffalo. Meanwhile, they're coming in off that impressive win last night against Florida, 5-3. It was 3-3 after 2 periods, but this is Buffalo, man. They're just playing so clutch right now. They also had recent wins over the Islanders, Toronto, and LA, although they did lose that game to Montreal. They blew that game to Montreal, more like is what you should say. Sabres fans know. But, man, they've been so good here of late.
Critical notice.
We know that. For Buffalo here, they've won 5 straight games on the road and 6 of their last 7 games overall coming in. They've also beaten Tampa in 6 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams, but Tampa's won 8 straight at home, 17 of their last 19 overall. They're playing like the Stanley Cup favorite. Is it fair to say right now, the way Tampa's looked here? They've won 15 of their last 20 games at home against Buffalo. No disrespect to Colorado, but Colorado's been losing some games here of late. Maybe Tampa and Colorado, the championship we've never gotten. Tampa's gone under in 7 of their last 9. Buffalo's gone over in 10 of their last 15 games coming in. These two teams have not yet met this season, but Buffalo 12-16 to the under as an underdog. I know that everybody's going over in this game. I mean, everybody's going, all the sharps are going under in this game, but I'm going over here in this one. Give me the over tonight with Buffalo and Tampa Bay. Give me the over. It says 6 over 20. I think it is actually mostly sixes. Well, we get 6 over 20 here at Circa, 6 over 22 at Bovada. So there is some injury news to report out of this game. Actually, Sorelli is out for Tampa Bay here tonight. Greenway questionable for the Sabres. I'm going to take the over in this one. All right, let's see here. Over for Philly Eagle Flyer. Greg says Buffalo keeps rolling here right now. All right, here you got Toronto coming in here taking on the Oilers tonight. You know, Toronto always loves their trip to Alberta. They seem to have their way going west to take on the Oilers and the Flyer and the Flames. It's just always been a good run, a good trip for the Maple Leafs overall. Toronto's won 10 of their last 14 games against Edmonton, and 10 of the last 13 games here in Edmonton have been won by Toronto. Toronto, however, they are coming in off of the win last night over Calgary, so no rest here as they travel up to take on the Oilers here. It was 4-2 last night in the game as Toronto got the win. Toronto here has lost 6 of their last 8 overall, but 2 straight over Vancouver and Calgary. Can they sweep 3 Western Canadian teams here? Edmonton is 15-9 at home this season, and Toronto just 10-14 as an underdog. You're looking at a $2 price tag here with Edmonton right now. Edmonton's gone over in 4 of their last 5. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Edmonton's also gone over in 12 of their last 18 games at home. Toronto's gone over in 5 of their last 7 on the road, and over in 8 of their last 12. No wonder the total is 7 under 25 here. It feels like over city with these two. All right, let's see how you have it here. Still got to look at this Edmonton $2 price tag. I don't know. It doesn't feel like they're worth the $2 here at this point. The way Toronto always comes in and takes care of business. Now, unfortunately, the Toronto puck line. In fact, I'm going to update this to about $1.85. I think that looks like kind of the industry number right now, and that makes it more tougher to maybe lay the puck line or take the puck line here with Toronto, because they are minus $1.50. But that's what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm going to take Toronto plus 1.5 at minus 150 here. I certainly expect this to be a game that Toronto's going to be in all the way. So I'll just take them on the puck line here. Minus $1.50. It is what it is. I'll take Toronto on the puck line. See what you have in the chat here with Philly Eagle Flyer. Like, nope, it was the other game. I don't think anybody likes this game at $2. So I'll just move on to the finale here tonight out west with the Kraken on the road taking on the Ducks here. And they got the Ducks favored $1.35, total 6.5 under 15. For Seattle, they come in here on a 4-game winning streak right now with wins over New Jersey, Washington, Toronto, and the Golden Knights. Meanwhile, for the Ducks, they did beat PGK last time, that exciting game at home, 4-3, but They've been, it hasn't been easy. They lost to Edmonton and Vancouver before that to close out a road trip, but they came right back and beat Vegas like they needed to. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they also beat Vegas last time out, as I said. So, real good run here for Seattle, but Anaheim 16-8 at home this season, 10-7 as a favorite. Still, the Kraken, this is a series that they've actually been very, very strong in. Seattle has won 10 of the last 13 meetings between these two teams. Still, Anaheim's won 8 of their last 10 overall. Seattle's won 5 of 6. We got a good matchup here. Seattle just 2-4, however, in their last 6 games on the road. Seattle's won the last 5 trips to Anaheim over the last couple of seasons. 8 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams have gone under, but Anaheim's 14-5 to the over as a favorite, 17-8 to the over at home. Seattle is 22-32 to the under this season, so it is a bit of a contrast, that's for sure. Looks like maybe Decord and Dostal here. Let me see what's going on. No, Stolar. Let me see. Oh, did I get that Toronto game right? Yeah, Stolar is confirmed in there. We don't know yet for sure with this game with the goalies here. So let's go ahead and go to the chat and see what you have with Seattle and Anaheim, and then the show will be over. I'm going to take Seattle in this one. I'm going to hold off here. I think we're going to have a premium on the total. So give me Seattle as a dog here on the road against the Ducks here for sure. I like Seattle. Okay, let's see here. Philly Eagle Flyers on the Ducks and Art Thompson's on the Ducks. So, well, I guess I should have looked at the chat first. Greg likes the Kraken here, 4-3. Greg's with me on the Kraken. Kraken, let's get cracking. All right, I guess that's going to do it here for the previews. Thank you for joining me here on the Morning Steam Show. Yep. Okay, let's do the drawing right now. See who's going to win 1 month of plays from me. Hey, we've had some winners here over last yesterday, so check me out over at winnable.com/Ramon, and let's hear from Mikey, and then we'll do the drawing.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right. That's going to do it here for the morning steam. And let's do the drawing here right now. Guess the trade's not going to happen. I was all excited, man. I was like, oh, man, we're going to have a trade this morning. I get to do the breaking news, and we're going to bust one of these big trades today. Here we go. Okay, Greg, Jordy, BJ, Crip, Stop Geo, Dana Delp's in there. We got Philly Eagle Flyer. The winner is Art Tomps. Gets another month. I think Art Tomps is up to a year subscription by now. Thanks all for everything, Art Tomps, for being here every day, keeping me motivated to keep talking and keep previewing the games here on the Morning Steam Show. Really appreciate you. That's going to do it here for me, and we'll be back tomorrow with more Morning Steam. Do want to update you here, and hey, everyone, in case you missed it, BB MMA Picks appeared yesterday for our weekly show, and you know who the guest was this week? None other than Adam Martin, the great MMA reporter and analyst. You often see his comments on the screen during the broadcast when he gives a little, you know, how they show all the beat writers and how they scored the rounds, and you always see Adam in there pretty much on every couple of fights with his round recap on the screen. So very credible reporter. And we previewed that main event this week, top 11 bantamweights, Bautista and Vinicius Oliveira. Main event here this week in the octagon for Bautista. It's his first ever main event, despite the fact that he lost to Umar Nurmagomedov last time out, but he was pretty good in that fight as a 475 dog that did snap an 8-fight losing streak for Bautista. For Vinicius Oliveira, he takes on a man who, he just fought Kyler Phillips, who's Batista's teammate. He beat Kyler Phillips last time out. So we also previewed the fight between Saeed Nurmagomedov and Javid Basharat, bantamweights there. And we previewed a women's bantamweight bout between Claudia Segula and veteran Priscilla Cachoeira. So you're going to want to check out BB MMA Picks for this Saturday night's card at the Apex. BB MMA Picks is brought to you by SXBet, the world's largest blockchain betting exchange. All right, that's going to do it here for the Morning Steam, so make sure you check that out and join me here tomorrow for more Morning Steam. We'll have the action for Wednesday, and man, just can't wait for the Super Bowl on Saturday. That's going to do it. All right, really appreciate you being here. Really thanks to everybody in the chat here today. Hello to Textiles. Nice to see you. We'll be back tomorrow with more Morning Steam. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the mother.